Summer 1944. Thousands of German soldiers captured in Europe were being shipped across the Atlantic, not to punishment, but to something they never expected. Peace and dignity. In the rolling farmlands of Texas, Oklahoma, and Georgia, wooden fences surrounded neat rows of barracks. These were American prisoner-of-war camps, built not as brutal prisons, but as places of order. When the first groups of German POWs arrived, many expected the worst. They had been told by Nazi propaganda that American soldiers were barbarians, men who tortured prisoners and starved them to death. But what they found was completely different. Inside the camps, they were given clean uniforms, 3 meals a day, bread, meat, even coffee. And on Sundays, the guards opened the gates to the chapel. Inside, sunlight filtered through simple wooden windows. An American chaplain stood beside a cross, and next to him a captured German pastor. Together, they led both prisoners and guards in the same hymns. For men who had fought under the swastika, it was almost unreal. They were enemies in war. Yet here they were, singing the same words. Aim, feste, Burg ist unser Gott, a mighty fortress is our God. Letters from POWs describe how some wept during the first service. Others stood silent, unsure how to react. Back home, Germany's cities were burning. Their families were hungry, and here that enemy offered them faith, rest, and humanity. One guard recalled, "They were soldiers, not monsters." Most just wanted the war to end. Over time, many POWs began helping around local farms, picking cotton, building barns, fixing fences. In return, townspeople would bring them food, books, even musical instruments. On Christmas, some American families invited the prisoners to share dinner. For the Germans, it was disarming. For many, it was the first time they questioned everything they'd been told about the Allies and about their own government. By 1946, as the war ended and the camps began closing, thousands of these men returned to Germany forever changed. Some wrote to their former guards 4 years after. A few even emigrated back to the U.S. later in life. One former POW wrote, "They captured my body, yes, but in America, they freed my soul." In a world torn apart by hatred, one of the quietest victories of World War II happened not on a battlefield, but inside a simple wooden chapel where enemies sat side by side and found peace on a Sunday morning.